placed in the last seat in the classroom. And at that particular time, I had become first or second in my standing in the class. And this was the punishment for, according to the teacher, disobeying a law. She was very strict that way. And so that was for a month that I had to sit in that certain seat. And I just felt that it hurt badly, and I felt, that it shouldn't be. And I remember telling Mother about it naturally, and Mother wanted to speak to her, but I advised Mother not to because it would reflect on me and be worse for my feelings. So Mother went by my decision.
I had a new pair of rubber boots, high rubber boots, and I wore them to school for the first. And there was a little puddle in the schoolyard. It had rained, and I was standing at the edge of the puddle, and one of the girls in my class came up from behind me, a big tall girl, and she pushed me into the water, and I fell over right into the water, and I was soaking wet. But here I was in school. I couldn't stay that way. So I went in and told the teacher what happened to me, and she sympathized with me, and she said, I think you'd better go home and have your clothes changed, Jean. I was very upset and disappointed because there I am soaking wet, and I can't stay in school that way. So I told the teacher what happened, and she said to me, oh, I'm so sorry, Jean. She said, I think you'd better go home and have your mother change your clothes.
Carly, I still remember the afternoon that I got caught in school chewing gum, and after the teacher told me to take it out of my mouth, I took it out, but I promptly put another stick back in and chewed it. And then in about 15 minutes, she caught me again. And so she just said, okay, Doris, you deliberately did what I told you not to do. Just down to the principal's office for you. When I got down there, what happened was that the principal was actually a neighbor, and I babysat his children for him at nights when he would want to go out. So he wanted to know what I was doing down there, and I told him I was chewing gum. So he said, okay, forget it. He said, you do a good job babysitting. He said, I'm going to let you go this time, but don't do it again. Oh, I was so relieved because I knew that if I had been sent home with the strap, my mother, I'd have got a strap all over again, but on a different place from my hands.
You know, when I was your age, I went to a school for girls only, and we had a basketball team, and I was chosen because I was tall to play basketball. But you know, I soon found that I wasn't very good, and I sprained my ankle so badly that I stopped playing, and I never played again. But I would rather play the piano and practice the piano than play basketball. I'm not a sports person. But never, I think perhaps you might grow up and want to try playing sports, and you might want to play the piano too.
My memory of when I was at school was when I got the strap, and it's the only time I ever got the strap. And I was looking out the window, daydreaming, and
and not paying attention to what the teacher said. And she decided that that wasn't the thing to do. And she took me to the class, the front of the class, and gave me a strap on my hands. And it hurt. And I didn't think that was fair. It was the only time, and I didn't think that just gazing out the window and not paying too much attention was enough to give me the strap. And that was it. Thank you.
In school, I was chewing gum, and the teacher didn't like that. So she went to hit me, and she missed, and she hit her knee, and it was so sore. And she put cream on her knee. And all the class, they laughed and laughed and laughed. They thought that was a funny joke, you know, and they laughed and laughed.
I went to public school at Western Avenue Public School, and we were living at that time on Keel Street, which was east of there. And Miss Cherry lived in the house just up the Schoolhouse Street from us, so I knew her to see her quite well and to say good morning, Miss Cherry. And I went to, and she was my principal in the school, and she was a clever, really a very clever woman, but it was so unique to have a woman principal, because they were all nearly always men, and she held her position very well, and we knew she was principal, I'm telling you. However, one day I hadn't done some homework that I was supposed to have done at home, and she lit into me, telling her, and there wasn't any fooling what she meant when she said, bawled me out for not having done my homework.
When I was a little girl and first went to school, we had a very mean teacher. She was a tall, thin lady, and she used to fuss at everybody, and she tied my left hand, to the side of the desk to force me to write with my right hand, which wasn't very easy for me. But she used to do that all the time, and she was not a very pleasant lady. So anyway, when my father heard about this, he got very angry, and he went to the school and he demanded that that teacher be sent away, and she was, because she was not fair to the children. So you wouldn't like a teacher like that, would you? Oh, she was a mean old cat.
I had a long way to go when I started to school, and I was always in a rush because I didn't want the teacher to catch me, and she never did catch me, because I had a good friend in the school that would warn me of where the teacher was, but I always got in time to start the lessons. I had different ways of sneaking into the school because I didn't want to get caught. Sometimes I'd have to brush against the wall or crawl on the floor on my tummy, but I never did get caught.
When I was going to school, and on Fridays, we used to dance. That was the way we put the Friday afternoon. And we
we'd have a tune that we liked, which was the Grand Old Duke of York. And we'd line up into lines, and then the head couple would sashay down between the lines, and then the ones at the end would sashay back. And by the time they're all done, then they all swing. We used to have a nice time. We would, it was a good tune to clap to and have a nice time.
You know, when I was a little girl, we had a teacher, and her name was Fanny Heslop. But she had been a teacher for so long that all the people above her, and they respected her, but they never knew what she was like in the class. Because she used to bring us in from the yard at recess, and if we had made a wrong step or anything like that, she'd bring this here horsewhip, and it was a horsewhip, and she would click us over the legs with it, and it would hurt. And you know, the whip was a long, sort of a thin whip, and it had some elastic things or something from it where when she just go like that, it would just hurt your leg so badly. We would scream.
My partner Ted passed away last week. The whole class was sad, and I still feel sad too. I was so surprised when Ted passed away. He was so funny and happy too. I could remember Ted's memory. It was about being bad at spelling, but his girlfriend whispered the answer in his ears. That whenever he got a word right, the teacher praised him.
Well, this was my early school days. I was pretty young at the time, and we used to have half-hour periods. And this particular period was, I was learning to write. They had these copybooks with a headline, and you followed underneath in the lines, 2 or 3 lines underneath. And it had been a lovely summer day, and I'd taken off my shoes at noon hour, and I had finished with my writing, and I was going to put my shoes on. I had one shoe on and one off. And I was talking to the kid next to me, and the teacher noticed me, I guess, so she called up to come on down beside her so she could watch me. So I didn't like to go up with one shoe on, one off, so I just ignored her. When she came down, she had a stick too. And the sticks them days, they weren't a little light. She cut them out of the fence somewhere, She gave me a wallop on the back with that, and she made me march up in front of her, up the school floor. And of course all the kids laughed because they could hear one big foot hit the floor and then nothing, barefoot, nothing, So that was the episode, complete, really.
I remember when the principal came in to the class and told us that our teacher, who had gone to the war, had been killed. And it was so quiet. Some of the girls started to cry. I was amongst them. And I felt very, very bad about losing such a good teacher. Really and truly, he was taught. So he'd come around and talk to us. And if we weren't sure of the answer of what we were working on, he'd help us out right there and then and talk to us. And it would come to us what our answer should have been, you know. Oh, he was so good to everybody, not only to me, to everybody. And then when the principal came in and told us that the war was all over, boy, did we ever jump for joy.